Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Katy, and I'm back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video. And I thought it would be really fun to go over all of the champions released in 2020 and kind of rank them from the number 1 spot to, well, the number 23 spot. Now, I do want to make a bit of a PSA before we even start the countdown. So, Weapon X and Platinum Pool were released in 2020, but I am not going to include them on this list for, well, the reason that they're not technically available to all summoners, right? Weapon X was for a Legends run, and Platinum Pool, there was a whole big thing on how you had to get them, right? You couldn't just get them from, the arena or crystals. So Platinum Pool and Weapon X are not included on this list. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so without further ado, so this video doesn't turn into a 30-minute video, let's go ahead and get the countdown started with the number 1 spot going to Sorcerer Supreme. Now, Sorcerer Supreme is a great champion. She's definitely in the top of the Mystic class. That nullification aura she gets is amazing. I love her. All right, the number 2 spot goes to Big Daddy Apocalypse. We finally got Apocalypse into the game and everyone was so excited, me included. Big Daddy Paco is an awesome champ. His immunities are great, and the fact that he really boosts other mutants make him an amazing contribution or addition, I should say, on the team. Plus, he makes Cable great. Hello? All right, the number 3 spot on the countdown goes to Dad Bod Beardo. Yes, Red Guardian. Red Guardian is a very unique champ in that he doesn't gain buffs, so it makes him great against champions like Sim Supreme, Dormammu, and nodes like Spite. Plus, he can do a lot of damage. He has a really good slow debuff. I love champs with slow debuffs like Sorcerer Supreme and some others. So he is a really super fun champ to have. The number 4 champ from 2020 goes to Cosmic Ghost Rider. Finally, we got a true Herald of Galactus and not a dud of Galactus like some others on this list. But Cosmic Ghost Rider, if you can get his judgments correctly and you get the good rotation down on him, he is really good. He's great at putting out those big yellow numbers. And when awakened, that damnation is great for shutting things down like regen and power gain. Number 5 champ from 2020 goes to the little furry ball of fun, HitMonkey. Now, I love HitMonkey. He's like a mix between Corvus and Nick Fury. He is just a super fun champ to have. Plus, the 2 monkey schemes was a really cool mechanic added in by Kabam, so you can have evade, you can have all kind of other stuff. So he's a really fun champ. He doesn't need the awakening. I love champs that don't need the awakening because when you pull them as 6 stars, it makes them that much better. Number 6 on the countdown goes to Tigra. So Tigra is a really cool champ. I love her miss mechanic when charging her heavy. It makes her great for being able to miss those pesky unblockable projectiles that can sometimes be a pain in the butt to dodge. So she's a really cool champ. She was the first champ we had with Rupture, and that's a really neat mechanic. Only a few champs have it, such as her and another one on this countdown. So I really like her. She's a fun champ, but she does require a high skill to play. So number 8 on the countdown, or excuse me, number 7 on the countdown goes to Professor X. I love Professor X. I grinded for him and then I pulled him as a 6-star. After I grinded for him as a 5-star, he was in fact my first 6-star out of a Cav crystal, so woo! But Professor X is really cool. He can do, not only does he kind of act similar to Apocalypse in boosting other mutants on your team, but he's also really good on his own. The fact that he can stack indefinite prowess can make him hit extremely hard. Plus, vigilance is nice, no more pesky evaders. But he's a really fun champ, and I love his like falter, so you can kind of charge your heavy to get your channeling charges going and not have to worry about getting punched in the face. The number 8 spot on the countdown of the top 2020 champs goes to Longshot. Yes, Mr. Jaime Lannister, because let's face it, that's who he looks like. Longshot is a really cool champ, especially when you go up against champs who have a lot of buffs. I'm looking at you, Venom, because he literally just melts them. It's like 1 special 2 and game over. So he's a really fun champ to have. He's definitely up in the running for the top of the Mystic class. Number 9 on the countdown goes to Black Widow Deadly Origin. Now, I wasn't really a fan of her when she was first released. I found her to be clunky, and I still find her to be a bit clunky. But if you can keep that Widow's Insight up and get those shock charges on, she can do a ton of DOT damage. Plus, she actually makes it kind of easy to intercept with. So if you're not the best at intercepting, try practicing with her and you'll get a lot better with it. And rounding out the top 10 of the best champs of 2020 goes to Mojo. Now, Mojo seems like he would be a clunky champ to play, right? But he's not, and he's actually a lot of fun. I had a ton of fun playing with him in the beta. I wish I had him. Unfortunately, I don't. But when you actually do what his prompts tell you, or get the AI to do what his prompts tell you, or, you know, you do what they tell you in war by accident. People have done that, right? I mean, not me. I don't do war. It really helps him out tremendously. Now, Mojo does need the Awakening and the High Sig to get the most from his subscribers, even though followers and subscribers are backwards, but you know, whatever. But he's a really fun champ to play. Number 11 on the 2020 countdown goes to Guardian. Yes, the first member of Alpha Flight that we got, I think. No, that was Sassy. Anyway, I digress. Guardian's a really fun champ. He's one of those champs that doesn't crit like Guillotine 2099 and like Crossbones. And I do like champs that don't crit because it makes them great against pesky nodes like Rage and that sort of thing. So Guardian's a really fun champ. He can do a ton of damage. You just gotta ramp him up. Number 12 on the countdown goes to Mr. Bobblehead Dragon Man. Now, Dragon Man, if you want to incinerate somebody, go with Dragon Man. I know what you're saying, but what about Human Torch? Human Torch is great too, but remember, he's not a 2020 champ, guys. So Dragon Man is a lot of fun. I love the unblockable when you knock them down. That can make it great if they're kind of being pesky and just holding block. So you can just heavy, get them knocked down, and then go ham. Plus, after launching his special 3 when he's unstoppable, and if you take any damage back from that, you're gonna regen it back. So you can really just go ham after that special 3. Number 13 on the list goes to Immortal Abomination. So Immortal Abomination is super fun. He is very good at what he is designed to do, and that is inflict poison. So if you can get those poisons stacked, he does a ton of damage over time. He's a really fun champ to play. I love his special 1. He looks kind of like a little armadillo, just like spinning around in a ball. But he's a great champ, and he's very good at what he does. So is he a niche champ? Yes. Is he still good? Yes. Number 14 on the countdown goes to my girl, Storm Pyramid X. Now, if Storm Pyramid X had more of a guaranteed crit, she would be a lot higher up on this countdown. But her crit rating is kind of, well, nah. But I love her 2 Tempests, her 2 pre-fight abilities, right? You've got the Lightning Tempest and you've got the Ice Tempest. So that allows you to kind of customize how you need her to be. Need to stop an evader, or you need to be Cold Snap immune? Go with the Ice Tempest. Need to get reduced damage from shock damage? Go with the Lightning Tempest, because she'll actually heal from the shock debuff that's put on her. So that makes her a really good option. Plus that little stun thing that she does, I love that. Say bye-bye, Immorto. Number 15 on the list goes to Sasquatch. So Sasquatch is kind of a cool champ. He's interesting. He's not one of the greatest. Kabam could definitely tweak him a little bit, but he's a lot of fun. I know when he was in the event quest, I used Luke Cage a lot against him, but the ruptures he gets, he can do a lot of damage, especially if you put him in the Wrath of Tanarak. I think I said that right. If you keep him in that mode, he can do a ton of damage. Number 16 on the countdown goes to Squirrel Girl. Looking for some burst bleeds? Squirrel Girl is, well, your girl. I mean, she's the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. She does need a little bit of tweaks here and there, but she is overall a really fun champ to play. I love the army of squirrels that she does with her specials, and let's not forget about Tippy, right? Tippy's great. So Squirrel Girl, if you're looking for some instant bleed burst damage, Squirrel Girl is, well, your girl. Number 17 on the countdown goes to SpiderHam. Now, SpiderHam, he's an interesting champ, but he is really good for Power Sting. So if you need a champ for the Power Sting path in Act 6, SpiderHam is your go-to. Get those porker poppers on and bait out a special. And you're just gonna watch the damage burst out of them like that. He can do a ton of damage based on how much of their power bar is filled. So you kind of want to push them to almost the special 3 and bait out that special 2 and watch the damage roll. Number 18 on the countdown goes to Red Goblin. Now, Red Goblin's a fun champ. His incinerates are good, but the problem with Red Goblin, is that you need to bring Venom along with you. And if you're gonna use Venom, if you're gonna use Red Goblin in the fight, you're probably gonna use Venom instead. So that's the only problem I have with Red Goblin. Number 19 on the list, and this is because his buff isn't released yet, goes to Mole Man. Mole Man has to sacrifice ability accuracy over damage. So if you want to stop evaders, you don't want to enter into the monster mash, or you don't want to enter into the frenzy mode, I should say. So you kind of have to sacrifice damage for ability accuracy reduction, and I'm not really a fan of that. All right, 20. Number 20 goes to Nova. And like the Heralds of Galactus, with the exception of Cosmic Ghost Rider, and no, Nova's not the Nova from the Heralds of Galactus, so don't get it twisted. Nova was a big letdown. We finally got Nova and we were all excited to get him, but he's just kind of not there. While he can be pesky or more of an annoyance as a defender and in things like incursions, he's really not someone worth jumping over joy for. And the number 21 spot goes to Terrax. Yes, Terry. Speaking of duds of Galactus, Terry is, well, one of them. Now, he is getting a buff, so hopefully we'll see a little bit more oomph to him. Only time will tell. We'll know in a few months, I should say. But Terrax really suffers a lot, and he should be something better. While the whole rock field and indestructibles is kind of a cool concept, it really falls flat, making him more of, well, like Nova, an annoyance as a defender and nothing more. The number 22 spot goes to the stud of Galactus and, well, dud of Galactus, Airwalker. So Airwalker, like Terrax, was really cool on paper, but he really didn't show up to play. So while the whole, Dark Tide debuff is an interesting concept, it really fell short. Airwalker should be so much better than what he is, and this is why he's the number 22 spot on the countdown. Now, the last spot on the countdown, so who I think is probably the worst champ of 2020, goes to Immortal Hulk. Now, we were let down again by a Hulk. And Immortal Hulk should be so much better than what he is. While the concept behind him of kind of having a slight immortality is nice, he should really do more damage than what he does. Those rage stacks, they should last longer, and that sort of thing. So Immortal Hulk was kind of a huge letdown, especially as another Hulk, for what we got for him. But anyways, guys, that is my list of the rankings of the 2020 champs. Now, this is just my opinion, so make sure you let me know in the comments below, how would you rank the 2020 champs? Do you agree with my list, or should some be switched around? Make sure you let me know in the comments below, and let's discuss. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and enjoy this quick word from Kevin Smith.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, and if you enjoyed the mediocre Mcoc video full of scrub gameplay, then show Katy some love by hitting like and subscribe, man. Katy don't ask for much. Katy did ask for this. Katy did. So do like Katy did and bug people and get you to like and subscribe, man. She's doing that Mcoc beautifully. Not mediocre. Katy!